Hello everyone, it is me Dr. V. Srividya GFGC Biddi. The next topic which we are going to discuss in this slide is essential requirements of budgetary control, advantages and disadvantages of budgetary control. That's the subtopic of cost management for 6th semester PCOM. Now we'll see what are the requirements of successful budgetary control. If we are going to take up any tool or technique and use it for the cost control or cost reduction, whatever may it be, there will be certain requirements. If everything is followed as per the essential requirements, obviously it will be very successful. The budgetary control also will be very successful if everything is carried on as per the requirement, which we are going to discuss one by one. All the things, whatever is done in the business, whatever activities is taking place, for that the top management support is very much required. So the top management support, first step is they have to give the maximum support for the successful implementation of this budgetary control. The budgetary control system should have continuous support of top management, which can ensure its all-round acceptance. Only when this top management supports in each and every activities and steps, then only this budgetary control will become successful. Next, clearly defined organizational structure. Where the confusion will be there in any organization is when this hierarchy is not defined properly. Each one should know what is their exact responsibility and who is responsible to whom. So, this authority and responsibilities are to be properly defined to pinpoint the responsibility of specific individuals in key positions. If not so, what happens? As all of us know, it's human nature. If everything goes on well, fine. If there is any deviation or if anything goes wrong, easily each one will be blaming the others for the same. So, this should not happen. For that, what they have to do is they have to frame the hierarchy in such a way that it should clearly indicate who is responsible to whom and what is the responsibility of this higher personnel, how much responsibility they should undertake, and what is the span of control. To what extent they have to control and who all come under their control, all this has to be clearly defined. An efficient accounting system. The accounting system should provide the required information in time. Budget, when we speak on the whole, it's all in monetary terms which has to be framed. So for this, the maximum support and the main support required is from the accounting department. So whatever information is required, that has to be substantiated by this accounting department. So that should be very efficient. Only if the efficient accounting systems are there, this budgetary control will become a success. So they should check who is the main person in charge of this finance department, and they have to undertake all the responsibility whatever is required. Reporting of deviations. Efficient system must be devised to reduce the difference between the budgets and actual performance. Yes, of course, this budgetary control is there to check the actual performance and take corrective actions. But since it is there, it doesn't mean always there should be deviations. Deviations should be avoided maximum extent as much as possible. So immediately, suppose if any small deviation comes into picture, that has to be immediately reported so that initially if that action is taken, corrective action is taken, that may not lead to the maximum deviation. So deviation has to be avoided as much as possible, and this in turn will be finally it will lead to the maximum efficiency. Motivation. See, any work, if it has to be done effectively, there should be motivation. Staff are to be appraised of the budgets and benefits they are going to derive directly and indirectly. They also should be updated with this budget and what are the uh, outcomes of the budget and what are the benefits each one of them are going to get out of this budget. So the staff have to be motivated by informing them and giving them each and every detail regarding the budget, so that what happens, their effective participation also will be there, which is very much required for the successful implementation of the budgetary control. Realistic targets. The targets set should be realistic so that they are achievable, and budget should not frustrate the workers by fixing unrealistic targets. Each human being have their own limit. So if the budgets or targets are set in such a way that if the person is not able to achieve it, it demotivates them and also it leads to frustration. So as per the requirement or as per the capability, the budget has to be set. It should be realistic. Targets should be realistic, which means to say that it should be achievable. You can't fix up anything like which is not possible. So impossible things should be avoided and unrealistic targets has to be avoided. That if it is realistic and if it is achievable, then definitely it will be possible. And participation of all departments concerned. As we discussed in the previous video, teamwork is very important. If you want to achieve anything to the maximum possible extent, always teamwork is appreciated. So, if all the departments are participating, then definitely this will become a boon to the organizations. Budgets ought to be set for all the departments so that their participation in implementation will be effective. The different types of budget I told has to be prepared initially when we discussed like sales, production, marketing, HR, all the budgets has to be prepared. So what happens when all the budgets are prepared? Everyone have to participate without fail. So equal participation and maximum participation will be there. This really becomes effective. When all of them participate, the budgetary control becomes effective. Flexibility. Budgets are prepared based on certain conditions. If there is change in conditions, budget also should be adjustable to accommodate the changes. Since whatever we are preparing as per the present scenario, we can't tell that it should be fixed. It should be ready to accept the changes. We don't know like what happens when. So if there are any changes, the budget should be prepared in such a way it should be flexible enough and to accept the changes. Then only it will become very effective. It should not be rigid. Flexibility also is one of the important criteria of the budgetary control. Next, we'll see what are the advantages. What are the requirements we have seen? What all, if it is there, the budgetary control will be effective. Now, we'll see what are the advantages of budgetary control. The main aim of budgetary control is maximization of profits. Budgetary control aims at increasing the overall profits of the organization. This is achieved through planning, coordination, and control of various activities in a programmed manner. So, maximization of profits is the main aim and goal, and it's an advantage of the budgetary control. Everything is carried on as per the plan, and if the coordination is there and control is there, obviously there will be maximum profit. Because of budgetary control, you can accept maximum profit. Effective coordination. Next is effective coordination. That is also is carried on and it is possible only because of this budgetary control. Performance and working of various activities is effectively coordinated through budgetary control. Budgets of the various functions are interlinked and dependent. Effective implementation of budgets depends on cooperation of concerned personnel of various departments. Emphasis of coordination and cooperation helps in achieving the predetermined targets and goals. As the budgetary control is prepared in such a way that all maximum participation of all the department as should be there. So this in turn what it leads to is the teamwork of all the department put together only will be able to achieve this budget whatever is predetermined. It's interlinked and these various functions are interlinked and each one is dependent on other. Suppose if you are preparing production department has to depend on financial department, and this sales department can carry on their work only when there is maximum production. Only when the production is complete, they can carry on their marketing work. Marketing department can carry on their marketing work. So, as each one is dependent and interlinked, there will be effective coordination of all the departments, and this leads to the maximum utilization of all the resources effectively. And when all the resources are used effectively, this is a good indication for the organization as it will increase the profit. When the profit increases, returns will be good for the shareholders also, and it creates a good image in the market also. So this budgetary control not only controls the cost, overall image of the company also will be increased if an effective budgetary control is followed. Evaluation of executive performance. Goals are set for each and every department. Actual performance is compared with the standards, and deviations are reported to top management for action against unfavorable deviations. Thus, the performance of the department heads and other executives is constantly monitored. Not only it depends on the production department and workers, each and every person who all are involved in the organization will be entrusted with certain responsibility. So, since all of them have to carry on their work effectively, this each department's aides and executives also will be monitored, will be constantly monitored. Who is doing what, how much, everything will be monitored because of this budgetary control. Clear cut goals and targets. Through the process of budgeting, the goals of different departments are set in advance in consultation with those in charge of them. This makes the vision of the organization and employee motivation and morale is boosted by achieving of clearly set objectives, achievement of clearly set objectives. Since while preparing the budget, it involves all the departments, and after consulting each and every department, what is their capability, how much they can manufacture, and how much sales can be done, and what are the marketing activities they are going to undertake. So each and every department will be taken into consultation, and only after consulting all these departments the budgets will be framed. Since all of them are involved even in decision making, or even in estimating the cost or preparing the budget. So, since all of them are initiated and involved, what happens is it has clear cut goals and targets. Each one knows what is their responsibility and what is their target, and they try to achieve this thing. This gives a clear cut goals and targets, and even the employee, since they are also involved while preparing the budget, they also will be motivated, and their morale also will be boosted for the best achievement of clearly set objectives. Economy in operations. Expenses are properly planned and financial resources are put to optimum use. The benefits are extended to the industry and then to national economy. Budgetary control is helpful in conservation, effective utilization, and elimination of wastage in scarce resources. So, as we discussed earlier in the previous slide, also, since this budgetary controls eliminates the cost and predetermine the cost, all this because of all this, what happens? The expenses are properly planned. Wastages are avoided. We know like so many resources are very scarce in nature. So when the resources are not in abundance, we should see to that it should be used economically. And yes, obviously, it will be used economically because we are preparing the budget as per the availability. So, as this is prepared, this in turn leads to the effective utilization by avoiding wastages and by avoiding what all is not required. So, when this is done, naturally, it will be effective utilization of resources in a planned manner. So when this is happening, it's a benefit to the not only to the organization but also to the industry, and that in turn leads to the benefit to the national economy also. Conservation, it helps in conservation, effective utilization, and elimination of wastage, which is a clear good indication of for our nation. Revelation of ineffectiveness. Comparison of actual performance with budgeted performance reveals weak spots so that attention is focused on them to improve the performance. All this happens only when we start comparing the standards and actual cost. So when there is deviation, they don't stop by just finding out whether there is deviation. Corrective action also is taken. It is followed by corrective action. So what happens is it reveals all the weak spots where the what is going on and why it is happening. why it is going wrong, all the spots will be identified and set right. Shutting down of unprofitable products and activities. Budgetary control reveals inefficiencies in products, processes, and department. This is helpful in closing down of loss-making companies, or whichever is making loss, that will be closed down to improve the overall profitability. Since budgetary control indicates which product or which department or where there is loss, too much of loss is incurred, that will be eliminated totally. So once it is eliminated, the overall profitability also will be improved. Correction of performance continuously. This is not just for one time. Just this target is over, yes, fine, we'll stop there. No, this is a continuous process. The deviations of actual performance compared with budgets are frequently reported and corrections are made to rectify the unfavorable deviations immediately. In the absence of budgetary control, this may be done at the end of the accounting year, by which time corrections may not be fruitful or practicable. As we have discussed already, this then and there the corrections happens here when they check out, because it's continuous. It's not like they don't wait till the end of the performance or till the target is achieved. It's as it is continuous. Right from the beginning they start, they comparing the performance with standards and actual, and they see whether all it is going on as per the standard set. If there is any deviation, since it is checked and rectified immediately initially as it is done, it is not going to end up, they are not going to wait till the end of the process. Since it is rectified here and there, that really is an advantage for the organization. Otherwise, till the accounting period gets over, if they wait, by the time this corrective actions will become useless. So here and there, if it is taken, for the next process, it will be helpful. For the next forthcoming processes, this will be avoided, and again they can save so much of value because it is rectified initially. Introduction of incentive schemes of remuneration. Incentive schemes can be easily introduced as the predetermined targets act as base to compare actual performance and determine efficiency. Higher and lower efficiency are suitably rewarded or discouraged respectively. Since here we can check, since the deviations are checked, whether it's favorable or unfavorable. Here not only that, we can come out like, we can make out like where, who is contributing how much, and whose contribution has made it favorable and whose contribution has made it unfavorable. Likewise, they can also reward the persons who all are responsible. Maybe it may be positive rewards or negative rewards as per the requirement. So we have discussed all the benefits and advantages of budgetary control. Now we'll look into limitations of budgetary control. Budget itself is prediction. So, prediction of uncertain future. Budgeting is a process of forecasting and estimation. Forecasting may not be accurate. Therefore, budgets based on inaccurate forecasts and estimate may not be accurate and effective. Since everything is based on forecasting and estimation, always estimation will not be cent% correct. Sometimes this leads to ineffectiveness also. Changes of conditions. Budgets are prepared based on certain prevailing conditions. If the conditions change, budgets are also to be revised. Constant changes in budgets may frustrate the employees, and the charm in budgeting and implementation may be lost. As per the prevailing conditions, the budget has to be keep on changing. Now, as per the present situation, we can make out previously they might have planned for a maximum production or for higher production. But now, due to this pandemic situation, it is not possible to go for that maximum production due to many reasons. So again, they have to change the whole budget, whatever has been prepared. So this leads to frustration among the employees, since each and every time, and not only that, this preparing the budget is not an easy task. So many persons are involved, and everything has to be discussed and finalized. So revising also is not an easy task. So that really frustrates the employees. Complacence, general tendency of employees is to achieve the targets and budgeting fixes the targets. Some of the employees who are highly skillful may also be satisfied in performing up to the goal set up without showing full potential, which will be a loss to the enterprise as well as the employee in terms of productivity. On the whole, what is budget? They fix up set up the targets and what should be the cost or whatever it is. This is both an advantage and disadvantage. How we can tell like it is both a boon and as well as it is a disadvantage is when anything is set up in the organization, the employees see to that they achieve the target. Some there will be more skillful employees also who can achieve much more better, but once the target is achieved, they just keep quiet. So here the wastage of resources is happening. There's no development of the organization and also that individual employee. If he is highly skilled and the standard set for him will be low. Difficulty in coordination. Effective implementation of budgetary control depends upon proper coordination among various departments as the performance of a department depends on the work of other departments and vice versa. It requires budgetary officer to oversee the integration of various activities to successfully implement the budgets. Ineffective coordination leads to inefficient performance. So yeah, in the previous slides, we have discussed like coordination should be there among all the department. If you want to achieve or if you want to maximize the profit or you have to meet the targets whatever has been set. Coordination also is one of the main tool and it's a requirement of budgetary control. So this is the difficult task which has to be done because coordinating each and every worker itself is difficult, and in that year it is not only among the workers, even among the departments. So coordination is not that easy, like coordinating each and every department and see to that all the targets are achieved as per the predetermined goals. So this is a bit difficult for the person whoever is responsible for coordination. Conflict among different departments. Budgetary control sets targets for different departments individually. This will make the department heads to be selfish to get maximum fund and think in terms of achieving their own set targets, thereby raising conflict among different departments. Interdepartment conflicts, rivalries may endanger the performance of whole organization. This is a very endangering aspect which has to be taken into consideration since to achieve the target set, each and every department's coordination is required. And since all the departments have their own targets in their own ways, they try to undertake what has been said to them. They are not bothered about other departments. And if everything goes on well, each department, I would like to take the pride of it. But if anything goes wrong, each department will be blaming the other department. Suppose if the marketing department is not able to achieve their target, immediately they'll put the blame on production department, stating that they did not complete their production work on time. Henceforth, marketing work became a flop. So this is how each one will blame the others for their uh, whatever they have facing the problems, or if the target has not been achieved, they try to blame others for the same. So the conflict among different department arises. So this slide just it's compiled of advantages and disadvantages. You can just go through it. So for all this, had taken the information from here, this one Aurora book from Email Publishing House and also from Seven Hills book publication by Dr. Venkatramana. And also certain things has been taken from websites also where the link has been provided. If you want to know anything in detail, you can just go to this link and check out. So thank you all for hearing to this video. Any queries, feel free to contact. Thank you.